Hey y'all, and thank you for tuning in to Divine Feminine Tarot Tea. Okay, if you like what you see, okay, what do I always say? Go ahead, like, share, subscribe. Don't be scared, hit the bell. If you want to be here every single time me and the T team are here, chopping up these tarot messages, getting it in, doing our big one, you know, okay? Because these tarot love streets, what I can guarantee you are something else, okay? We have been getting a lot of revelations during Sagittarius season, okay? And it's been eye-opening, needless to say. The relationship that has come up before me now is one where there were some challenges that may have brought the relationship to an ending, or maybe a break, or who's to say. What is coming up before me, as I always say in the prayer that I do before I start reading, is what I read. And what I'm getting is that there's just a relationship that is, there's static. There is something chaotic that has occurred, and we're going to basically figure out where the relationship is, where it is going. What is it that Spirit would like for us to know about this relationship, like for the collective to know about this relationship. And we're going to go ahead and jump into this, okay? Prince of Wands. However this thing played out, y'all, this masculine, first of all, he wasn't very mature, and he is dumbfounded by the way this whole thing played out. Whatever he was doing, he thought that it was the right thing to do. He thought that it was the right thing to do. So he's dumbfounded and left in a place now of just kind of sitting back, kind of, you know, how you replay something in your mind again and again because you can't even believe it went down like that. That is where this masculine is at right now. He is like, wait a minute, what? Like, he is in that type of time. However it played out, it is like an explosion went off, and however this relationship happened, and this man is sitting back in shock, like, wait, no, that wasn't supposed to happen. That is the energy that I am getting. And the reason that we're getting no, that wasn't supposed to happen energy from this masculine is because this feminine literally transitioned from the relationship. Her energy is completely dead to him now. He doesn't see her. He cannot find her. I told y'all this Sagittarius season, we are getting so much energy from feminines that are just literally getting the hell out of these dudes' way. Like, have y'all peeped it? It is so much liberation going on in Sagittarius season, which is no surprise because, you know, Sagittarius, as I always remind y'all, is all about freedom, freedom seeking, personal power, individuality, you know, asserting one's power, etc., etc. So this is a situation where, yes, this feminine has slid on out the way on this man. She has packed up her thoughts, her feelings, her emotions, and everything that she brought into the relationship. And she has swiftly got out this man's way. This man is trying to take back from her, okay? He may have been in a situation where he was trying to, it's like he may be trying to hold on to some of her possessions to keep her there. He might be trying to say, don't you want to come back over here? You know, you left your kitchen set. You left the leather jacket over here. Like, this man is doing sneaky little tactics to try to get this woman to come back. She has moved away from him, and he's trying to sneak and get her to come back. Okay, that's not going to happen. He doesn't realize this feminine has actually sacrificed him as a much needed closure. Like, you know what? I'm going to like literally throw you out the whip in order for me to make my load lighter. She started to see him as heavy weight. I'm literally seeing a gray laundry bag full of rocks. Okay. That is the experience that she started to have with him, is that he was just flat out dead weight, and he's not catching that. This woman is actually really, really glad to be rid of him. Okay. This man was scruffy, mentally, everything wasn't what it needed to be. He may have been drinking a bit. He's the type of man that starts talking and thinks he has great ideas when he drinks. He really doesn't. And then when she treats him like his great drunken ideas aren't great, He may have actually been resorting to violence or chaos. I'm seeing a prince of yesteryear, someone that maybe used to have a reputation that he just doesn't have anymore. He may be wearing an outdated hairstyle. He really likes words, this guy. He likes to hear himself talk. He likes poetry, maybe even. Some form of it, words. It could be hip-hop that he likes or rock music, but some kind of way he enjoys taking in words and what people have to say. He also thinks his words should be law. When he speaks, he expects all this respect to go around his words and what he has to say. You're supposed to be listening to me. He also might be a little flamboyant as a dresser, you know, like wearing loud clothes, loud color clothes. He takes himself too seriously. That's what most people would say about him. He takes himself a little too seriously. And he's always like expected to be respected by other men as a potential threat. Prince of Swords energy. He wants to be seen as like a dangerous guy. Like, you should know I might do this or that. He wants to be seen as somebody that is very dangerous. Okay, like he really get down on somebody. He wants to be seen that way. Okay, he wants to be seen as somebody that just might get down on anybody and everybody, when generally there is a feminine energy, Seven of Pentacles, behind his back that is powering his whole operation. That is generally what's going on. At various points in his life, it's been his mother. He can always fall back on or call for help or money or support. He's not 100% self-powered. There have been times in this masculine's life where he was 100% self-powered, but a lot of times that's not the case. Okay, it's just not. Those women are no longer there, by the way. Ten of Swords energy comes behind those feminines. They have all walked out and deaded those connections, those women that he was able to call on. His mother may actually be passed on, literally. Okay, so he's no longer got those people that he can call on. However, this man believes that he himself is extremely knowledgeable. Okay, and he's very, very selective of who he gives the knowledge to, who he lets in. Ace of Pentacles, Two of Swords energy, who he lets in and who he lets know all of his great wisdom and knowledge. He also doesn't really tell people what he has or who he has in his corner. This man is very secretive and he's a power whore. Okay, we can see that he's very into appearing as though he's extremely powerful. That's a big part of his energy. That's why he uses his words the way he does. That's why why he speaks the way he does. If you were somebody that watched the show Power when it was in its original phases, back when it was the first version of Power that starred Joseph Sikora and Omari Hardrick as James Ghost St. Patrick, that's the energy that I'm getting. This man feels like he's like Ghost, like this mastermind, this well-dressed, he may have at one point participated in criminal activities, but he thinks he's a really high-powered, intelligent criminal type of guy. I don't know how this criminality is coming through. I don't know if he actually does illegal things or if he just thinks of himself as somebody that always knows how to get to a buck. But he thinks of himself as a really high-level, calculating, mental, I know how to get it done. He takes a lot of pride in his intellectual prowess. I'm not sure he's taking it seriously, though, as he feels he should be. But he feels he should be, okay? That's for sure. Okay? And he made an offering to this feminine Six of Cups, Princess of Cups energy. He made an offering to her that she could drink from his cup, she could be with him, and they would be moving and grooving together in kind of a Bonnie and Clyde, type of energy. He wanted them to have this kind of image of glory. And, we move fast. We're this hot, fast moving couple. We take trips. We out here. We do us. Okay, this is what he was hoping for. He really wanted them to almost be seen as stars, like a power couple. Okay, he wanted them to be seen as like an exalted, the couple that other couples would want to be. This is the fantasy that this man had when he brought this feminine on board. I'm really hearing hip hop Hollywood. He wanted them to be seen as a Beyonce and a Jay-Z. He wanted them to be seen as a, you know, Ashanti and Nelly, or he wanted them to be seen as a Swizz and Alicia. He wanted them to be seen as this top-notch, well-dressed, I keep seeing black leather, okay? He wanted them to be seen as, he wanted himself and his feminine to be seen as this sought-after, high-level, you can't get like us kind of couple. However, this feminine has deaded all that. Once again, we come to the Eight of Swords, okay? She deaded this, and she hexed him, okay? Hexed him. He is hexed. He is hexed. He is trapped in agony and misery as a result of her absence and her moving on from him into the future. He has quickly become a bystander in this feminine's life. He has quickly become somebody that is standing outside of the glass pane window looking in at her life. However, he is not in there. Okay? He is quickly going from boyfriend to stalker. Okay? Just like that. He is quickly going from I'm all up in here to I'm all outside. Okay? And this is very hard for him to deal with because his goal in this really was that he wanted them to get into marital energy, Hierophant energy, and now he is in a King of Swords as it relates to this Hierophant, which is, you know, removed from, distant from, things have gone cold, okay? The marital energy has run dry between him and this feminine, okay? There is not any more abundance left to put into that glass. Queen of Pentacles energy. Queen of Pentacles energy. Part of the reason is that this feminine, first of all, she's capable of providing for herself. There's some independence to her, but she's also very smart. She's also whimsical. This is a whimsical energy. She's creative. She knows how to make things look and seem a certain way, even for herself. She was the person that was creating the image that made it seem like this guy was more than what he was. He's all talk. He would like to be Ghost, okay? He's really not Ghost. She was the one that was creating like a social media image or a neighborhood image or a down when we're at the bar or the pool hall or down when we're at the office image that made him think that he could be with her and seem like he was a hip-hop power couple, hip-hop Hollywood, rock star Hollywood, vintage Hollywood, you know, Liz and Dick kind of couple. It was because of her imagination. It was because of her ability to spot what people might envy. This woman is very talented in terms of her imagination. She knows how to make herself seem high value because she has an eye for high value things and high value items. She has a very high value imagination. And she was transmuting that energy with him, through him, kind of alchemizing his ability. This man dresses pretty cool. So she took that and kind of crafted an image, okay? And this man he was drowning in the image. Oh my God, all of a sudden now we're important people, okay? So she was really the power behind all of that. It was her with the assets. It was her with the eye for the things of the things of the things. It was her with the whimsical creativity. It was her that knew how to make him seem interesting. It was her that knows how to make things seem beautiful. It was her that was bringing that Taurus energy to the room, okay? And this is something that he's having a hard time getting over because that was fulfillment for him, but she is the fulfillment. He can't do this on his own. On his own, he's just some dude talking shit while he's drunk in a decent outfit. He doesn't know how to make it pop, okay? So this man is now, he's anxious, he's miserable, he's having nightmares, he's shaking, he's confused because he had no idea that the lady was going to leave if he started cutting up and trying to be violent. He didn't believe that. He didn't know that, okay? Eight of Wands, he is like, what is going on? He is worried, he is stressed, okay? He is going to try to speak to this woman, Eight of Wands. However, she is holding back communication. Four of Pentacles, because she knows how valuable her communication is. Ace of Swords energy coming through the building. She's not offering him clarification. She's holding back clarification. She's going to keep him in mystery, and that makes sense. That's part of the hex energy that she has. She's ghosted him basically and keeping him in a sense where he's like, what the hell happened? Why is she gone? What What's going on? I'm confused. I'm lost. Part of that is because she understands that he needs that clarification. He will get that clarification though, and he will try to manipulate his way back in. She's not offering him any clarification. Okay, so this man is in devil energy now. He is stalking, he's watching the Facebook page, he's obsessed, etc., etc., etc. Okay, but this thing has come to a close. It is going all the way around the mulberry bush and back. We see the world energy. There's not anything left for this. This has done what it's going to do, and he's in shock. It came to a very abrupt end. Okay, she ended this thing so quickly and abruptly, and he is in total shock. What he doesn't know is that at this point, she's not even on this no more. He's on it. She's focused on other things. She's got her own passions. She's also focused on her own money. She may have a project or something that she's focused on looking into, potentially even going back to school, trying to figure out how she's going to fund school, trying to figure out how she's going to fund classes. Classes may have something to do with beauty, hair school, nail school, something to do with writing a book, something in the arts. This is a very visually talented woman, you know, understanding design, things like that. She's trying to figure out how to go back to that and move on with her life. She's making plans in that direction. Two of Wands, okay? And this isn't even something that she's talking to people about. And she's in a hidden space. Like, she's off on her own, saying, okay, you know what? That relationship, that I'm not even bothered with that. Let me figure out what's next for me. What are my next steps, okay? What do I want to do next, okay? She's actually kind of fighting off broken heart energy, even though there is broken heart energy there. She's warding it off. 3 of Swords and 7 of Wands. She is warding off broken heart energy and doing that by keeping herself busy. I mean, what can you do? This didn't work out. He tried to take things to a very volatile and controlling space. And part of the reason he took things to such a volatile and controlling place is because this man was so addicted to her ability to craft him the image that he knows damn well he not even worthy of. Baby, he not even worthy of that. He not even worthy of that. This man has gone so much of his life trying to look like the type of man that you knew just how to make him seem like he was, because if you are the one that's in the collective, okay, that is listening to this, you understood with ease. Oh, okay, I see what he's addicted to, the whole fashion and Hove and B, and he wants to be seen. Okay, yeah. He's very materialistic. You know, I know beautiful things. I can give us a look. I know what rooms we should take pictures in. I know, you know, how we should pose. I can give us a whole glamour magic, basically. And this man is a sucker for that. Okay, so now that he's back in his regular, ordinary life that ain't shit, but some dudes standing around drunk talking shit at parties. I done told y'all. Now that he's back in that space, okay, this King of Wands wants to return to a place of 6 of Wands. He needs you to feel victorious. You know, sadly, we're talking narcissistic supply here. Your imagination, your creativity, your presence in his life was feeding narcissistic supply. It was taking him from feeling like a King of Wands, who there's a certain level of hot air attached to a King of Wands. You know, notice the King of Wands don't even look you in the face. He's Mr. Passionate, Mr. Outgoing, but he ain't really, I don't, you know, he all right to me. I ain't really all into him like that. You know, it could be, there can be elements of all bark, no bite with the King of Wands. You know, he's out here being a ladies' man, but he may not be a good husband. You know what I'm saying? That type of ad. He wants to go from that to being an emperor, to being a really respected, you know, up top. However, emperor reverse, because it's coming right in front of the 5 of Wands. Somebody that is kind of respected, feared, and respected. Okay? With his girl that, you know, this man, listen, this man is delusional as hell. He's living in a fantasy. Everything that he wants to be is a joke. It doesn't even exist. One thing you notice we have never seen in this reading is that this man was a hard worker. He had his mom and them backing him up when the first beginning of the story started, okay? And then as time has gone on, he basically is no longer able to get a sponsor, and he's not standing on his own feet quite as well as he used to be, but he does seem to be on his feet pretty much. But he gets a feminine energy. He gets a girlfriend that can craft him an image of a hardworking man who's worthy of fear in the streets. I mean, is this where we playing comic book wars at your friend's house? Like, this man is in a total delusion. He's a child. He is a child. And he got the nerve to be shocked that somebody moved on from his little childish, damn near playing shoots and ladders ass. King of Pentacles next to the Prince of Swords. He wanted a girl that's like, my girl carries something on her, but she don't pull it because I got money. My girl could pull a thing out, but she don't. This man is silly. It's like he done spent his whole life looking at gangster movies or mob movies. He's silly. He is silly. He believes in imaginary things. Okay? And he thought glamour magic could give him a new beginning. Okay? His girl, as we saw it earlier, she may even be a makeup artist. And if she's not a makeup artist, she's very talented in that way. She is someone who really understands how to weave magic and create illusions. And he was addicted to her because she's a musician. She was such a musician, she was making a nothing-ass dude seem like he was, you know, a high-ranking, respectable street captain or something. A fantasy of his. Something that she was doing damn near to humor him. She knew he was silly all the time. So now this man's whole idea of himself has been put to rest for Pentacles energy. Because this woman, this Nine of Pentacles, feminine, that was giving him his whole image, okay? That was walking in love magic. We pulled this Lover's card right on top of the Magician, okay? That was walking in lover's magic, okay? And we see the Princess of Wands. She had evaluated him and saw his weaknesses. She saw what was beneath the surface with him. Not a lot. Okay, it's only 3 leaves under the surface on this wand here. Okay, it wasn't much going on under the surface, okay? But she understood how to create the illusion, 7 of Cups energy, and he has lost her, okay? So this is where we see once again where the hex comes in. This man has lost he's lost his fairy godmother. He has lost the woman who was sprinkling a little bit of magic on him. He has lost the person that made him interesting. You know, this is a similar energy to what we saw when Kanye West started dating Amber Rose, right? Of course, Amber Rose went on to do her own thing, but coming out the gate, Kanye West is a fashion guy. Kanye West was the one who had the celebrity. Kanye West was bringing Amber Rose on the carpet. You know, he had conceptualized her. He was bringing her on the carpet with fashions that he had suggested that I'm sure he had purchased. They were very high-end fashions. He gave her a look, okay? And so, of course, she's coming on the red carpet. Obviously, you know, anybody coming on the red carpet needs a stylist. He had created this kind of a beauty style around her, okay? Glamour magic. This is a girl who had just come out of what? Sue's Rendezvous, the strip club. I believe it was Sue's that he found her in. It was one of the bigger strip clubs, but I believe it was Sue's. And he takes her from Sue's to the red carpet, okay? He has to create the illusion that she belongs on the red carpet, that she wasn't just in Sue's a few minutes ago. This is what this feminine did for this man. She made it look like he wasn't just dude from Sue's, okay? And since he does not have access to other Kanye West, quote unquote, okay, that know how to keep him in that energy, he's flipping out because now everybody's going to see, well, he might just have to go back to Sue's, okay? But everybody is going to see that standing on his own without her glow to kind of grow him and nourish him and teach him how to be or appear to be this dope ass dude that he would like to be, he doesn't really have any magic to stand on, okay? And I'm going to tell you something. Judgment card comes in the building. Church bells ring when the judgment card comes in the building. I'm going to tell you something. There's a certain level of karma that comes into play for him in this element, because in the past there have been women that needed him. This man may have children that he doesn't even have to take care of. There are people that have needed him and he has not been present for them. Just hasn't. He wanted to live his own life. This man's very self-centered, very selfish is the energy that I'm getting, okay? And he was not present for people to make their dreams come true. Hey, Dad, I want to see you. I got a baseball game. That was Junior's dream. You didn't show up for that, okay? You got a baby mama. Hey, I want you to be in the delivery room. You know, it will make me feel better. You had other stuff going on. Okay, there were women you dated that just wanted to have that dinner with you. You didn't show up. So here's his dream. It's a ridiculous dream. Here is his dream. And this woman who could make it come true, who could give him the respect that this is the type of respect he wants, this silly little street credibility. He's not able to keep it because he can't generate it for himself. And she's not willing to stick around and give it to him. So this man is left feeling wounded by her separation from him. This has been a hurtful partnership for him because he kind of got built up to the hilts and slung back down into an energy that leads him back to feeling as oppressed and forgotten as he did before, where he was kind of somebody that was always trying to make a celebrity, if you will, of himself, and nobody was really checking for it, okay? That was something that was not manifesting for him prior to her, okay? So this is his karma. We do see confirmation of that once again with the Wheel of Fortune. She has, in a sense, Queen of Swords energy. This feminine has been his judgment. She is the person that balanced things back out. He got lifted all the way up. He thought things were going to change for him. And then he was back down to being who cares. This man and his masculine energy, he was really kind of hopeful that he was going to get a lot of attention. He was actually hoping that his relationship with her was going to draw him additional feminine. He was hoping that she was just going to level him way, way up. The Sun and the Four of Wands. And then once again, the karma does not want to be forgotten. Karma levied in, because had this man really leveled up, he was going to almost make this feminine the backdrop. He was going to become the celebrity that ultimately eased out into other women. We saw this kind of go down with Cardi and Offset. You know, Offset only became more relevant because he was married to Cardi. He was able to get another deal outside of Takeoff and Quavo because he was affiliated with Cardi. A lot of women was willing to give him, you know, he just looked that much hotter, and he's in the clubs. Not that the Migos and the whole Offset Quavo Takeoff, rest in peace, Takeoff thing was not hot. But being attached to Cardi was a whole nother level of hot. And the hotter he got, the more women you were hearing about. And part of what was making him hot was his wife. Okay, so we see some of that energy. You know, the creativity and the sharpness and sensuality and flyness and flashiness of this feminine that was going to level this masculine up via her imagination, the glamour magic that she was going to trickle off to him. He ultimately, being selfish, as we've seen in this reading, was going to use this to become, or hopefully, right, he actually thought he was dope enough to pull this off, become hotter unto himself, where he would have just kind of transitioned off to additional women, okay? So that is why this situation, from a higher perspective, became something different for him, okay? It was not something that worked out for him because his intentions were very impure to begin with. He basically was using someone to take him up to the level that his boring ass believed he deserved to be at before he stepped off into, now I'm one of the hottest bachelors in you know, this area type energy, okay? Five of Cups. That's why he's been left in the Five of Cups energy, is because he planned to betray someone. Five of Swords energy, okay? He had hidden motives, the Moon energy, hidden motives, and those motives were rejected and refused by Spirit. This feminine was protected. Ancestral protection is what I'm hearing. And he got played. He actually got ghosted. He got ghosted. The offering that he got from her was so much less than what he feels he could have got. Two of Pentacles and King of Cups. This man was coming in with a great big goblet, thinking he was really about to get hit. Like, I know she about to put me on. Da, 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 da. It did not go that way. It did not go that way. Three of Pentacles. It did not go that way for this masculine at all. This is being discussed. Like, this man is kind of the talk of whatever his little social circle is. He may even be a laughing stock or whatever social circle that he is in. This Queen of Cups, however, she is standing in strength, and that's kind of what's making him the talk of the social circle, is the way this woman played him. It's like she just got in the wind on him. No explanation, no conversation, no receipts. She didn't even tell him nothing. It was just over. Okay? It was just over and done. This man is continuing to place phone calls to this woman. 10 of Cups energy, hoping to get back in a harmonious place with her. He is still hoping, like, okay, I'll wait a few days, I'll call again. Because he don't have nothing to go back to. He was a nobody anyway. He doesn't have anything else that he's looking to do. He was very bored. He's very boyish. Still kind of in this whole Batman and Joker fantasy of manhood. It was a lot of boyishness there. He was not living in a very realistic space. Ace of Cups energy and 10 of Pentacles, and he was really hoping to level up and kind of make himself look like a grown man from this Ace of Cups feminine. 10 of Pentacles, he was hoping to look like a legacy type of guy, like a grown man, a husband, somebody that's on a level from his attachment to this feminine. He really is not that guy. And he was going to live off of her charity. Like, he was going to live off of her pouring into him. 6 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles. That was the play. That was the plan, okay? And he did get left outside, and we back outside. You say you outside, but you ain't that outside. Okay, he got left outside. Okay, he thought he was going to end up inside. He got left outside, okay? With that mess he tried to pull, it did not work for him. Again, this feminine is back to being self-focused and self-regulated. 10 of Wands energy. This has left this man feeling blocked, oppressed, burdened, held back, let down, disenfranchised, because he has no clue what to do now. If you are the feminine that's watching this, baby, you were his plan for being leveled up. This man did not like the station and position in life that he's currently in. He wanted to look different, appear different, have a different image, a different brand, if you will. And I don't think there were many women with your level of ability to create that noticed him or that would make him look like what he wants to look like. I think that any other woman that's paying attention to him would make him look like who he really is. And he doesn't want to look like that guy. He wants to look like fly guy, okay? And which he's not, okay? So this man will have to go ahead and go back, 3 of Cups, to grabbing at those karmics. However, he will not have a choice. That is, if he wants a woman, okay? You know, they act like they can't never just be single and build for no period of time. So if he wants a woman in his life, if he wants a feminine energy in his life, he has reached a place in all of this where, other than him, ain't nothing that can happen but him getting with a feminine that is a karmic energy, because he's a karmic energy. And he actually was looking for a divine feminine to make him appear to be a bigger and better karmic masculine, because at no point did he ever show that he had any interest in being a divine masculine. His goal in life is to be the king of karmics. That's literally a goal. His goal was to level up to the most karmic-ish karmic of karmic. How is this your goal? Your goal is to be the piece of shittiest. This is his goal. This was goals. Hashtag goals. Like, I want to be the king of illusions. Like, you just want to be, just a demonic firefly or something? Like, what are you trying to do? Okay? I need to free myself from fear and doubts. I am a caged bird. This man has horrifically low self-esteem. This feminine was able to see through him and see right through to all his secrets. She saw right this high priestess energy. She saw right through to his insecurities, right through to the realities of who he is, right through to the lies. She was not at all impressed. She was like, you're not, look at this Page of Swords. This man has been living in a world where he's just been getting found out left, right, and sideways. That's how he lost his sponsors. That's how he lost these women that believed in him. Life has been hard on him. He's practically running from his own shadow. The only security that he has is his reputation, and hoping that people, the reputation is there to keep people from being capable of hurting and harming him, and really kind of seeing through to him for who he really is, because he's scary like. You understand? Any little thing somebody say to him is going to devastate him. Okay? And with that being said, that's what he needed the rep for. He really not even in position to protect himself without this rep. So this feminine exiting from his life is a really big deal. It's literally like it leaves him vulnerable to the world. This feminine was his protection. Nobody can see me for real. If she's here, nobody can see the real me. She's making me look like I'm somebody. If she's not here, people are just going to see that I'm a nobody. Not only are they going to see that he's a nobody, they're going to see that he couldn't even hold on to her. Okay? So this is total devastation for him. King of Swords. Okay? This man is now in a very cold place in terms of his heart condition. Look at this. King of Swords with the Page of Cups. He's very cold right now. He's very cold. He's upset. You know, he's in a I'm giving up on love. I'm through with love. Okay, Destiny's Child. He's in a very I'm giving up on love space. He feels like he's drowning. He may be drowning in alcohol, because we did see that previously from this masculine. There are some issues of going and hitting that bottle when the times get tough and the going gets this. And, you know, the bottle, it seems to be his answer to a lot of problems. Okay. Yes, baby. This woman exited his world. This is the World card, and did not look back. She walked out. She moved on. She is no longer even in the same dimension with him. He will not be able to contact her again, because she's no longer accessible to him on any level. And as a result, I feel empty and hollow inside. Okay, I can't open up right now. This man is not going to take this well at all. He is drowning his sorrows in Hennessy or a Ciroc or, you know, something or rather. Okay, he is not capable of handling this. And of course he's not capable of handling it. He's a weak person. He's a weak guy. He needed her to kind of basically be a crutch of sorts so that he could even face his peers. Okay, this was a man who succumbing to peer pressure as a grown man. I am not sure I can meet your expectations. The pressure is too much for me. This man doesn't even know that he can meet the expectations of the world without this woman weaving this illusion that he not only has met the expectations of the world, he has exceeded them, and then he exceeded those, and then he got a girl that him and her together just makes everybody feel like they ain't shit. Okay, this is the hope that he had. The next woman that he has will be somebody that he can partner with in this drinking problem and depression. She will also be depressed. She will also have a drinking problem. She may be recovering from multiple bad and violent karmic relationships. He is going to get into partnership with somebody that's in the actual frequency that he's in. He will not be able to get into partnership with another woman that's in a better frequency, that is capable of glamour magic, that can basically weave some fairy dust around him to keep everybody from seeing the depressive energy that he's existing in. I know what I am doing. I play dumb to keep you confused. Yeah, this man always knew that he was supposed to be with a woman at this level. He always knew that. Okay. And that's why he was so intent upon getting somebody to kind of put that glamour magic, that Cardi B Offset spell on him so that he could level up. Because this man always knew that he had limited options. And he was like, oh, okay, great. I got somebody that can. Because if you, feminine, if you are the one watching this, okay, could level him up, then he figured the next woman that I get could even be better than her. So these evil and dark intentions from someone who actually should have been with somebody that just didn't have shit going for themselves, okay, because he didn't have nothing going for himself. Somebody that was toxic and can only bring someone down, that should have really been with someone that really should be on a therapist's couch or on their knees in somebody's church or down there to the river speaking to the ancestors, but he don't want to do that. Okay, so he had no business in your space, but he was hoping to use you as stair number one. Okay, rejecting you was protecting myself. I was being selfish. See, that violence that he was levying towards you was because he wanted to get control of you. Okay, so that he could stay in a self-protective space and make sure he had you under his thumb. And those sicknesses and illnesses and low self-esteem, of course, they bubbled up to the surface because that's what that type of toxicity does. And so now he's gonna have to go ahead and, you know, go out there into the world and be responsible for who he really is and show and be treated as the man that he really is. Okay, I am seeing someone, but I am not ready for you to know about them yet. Okay, so this little karmic could have very well been tipping around in the background, but the energy that I am getting is she is someone that he actually threw under the bus once he thought he had you. He said, sure, I'm gonna let her go, I got her. And he was really riding the wave of what he thought y'all were able to create until his true colors shine through. Okay, you were in Empress energy, okay, in divine feminine energy. I have things going on in my life that require my full attention. Okay, you were sitting there in that Empress energy, and this man was not even giving you his full attention. This man was really trying to keep you feeling like you were the one who was lucky and you were the one who was getting leveled up because he was with you, when really, without you, he just, you know, some dude and nothing to write home about, nothing to see here. And he knew that. But he was really trying to pull, you know, the good old reversal of energy that comes from any, you know, narcissist or abusive personality or karmic or however we choose to phrase it, you know, or antichrist consciousness, is to go ahead. They're acting like they're the God and you're the one with the problem. When you've come into this with righteous intentions to try to help somebody manifest, help them build, help them be blessed, help them step into a healthier mindset, even help them with their nutrition, I'm hearing, helping them level up their sex life because this person might have needed a little help in that area, help them get in the gym. All you're doing is helping them, and they're getting to take pictures of y'all in the gym and make it look like, oh, me and my girl get to the gym, and they getting pictures of y'all eating the salmon and rice because me and my girl don't do nothing but eat right, and pictures of y'all down there to see Jill Scott because me and my girl don't do nothing but listen to good music. You know, he's really getting an opportunity to level up off your fine way of looking at life, you know, having a higher quality way of looking at life. And he's trying to flip it and make it seem this man maybe he's very tall, or maybe he's very nice looking, or, you know, he does have something that he brings that he was trying to use that one little morsel to make it seem like you were the one who was lucky. And it just blew up in his face, as it should have. I don't want to be contacted right now. I wish to be left alone. This man is even in a position where he's trying to kind of fall back. He may be leaving you messages that are speaking to you like he's the one falling back. You know what I'm talking about? People say, like, you're not talking to them, but then they leave you a message or something saying, like, you know, I actually tried to wait a while before I went on ahead and gave you a chance to speak with me. And you like, gave me a chance? I ain't calling you. What you talking about? You know, I went on ahead and was the first one to call. You know, I was going to give you the chance to call. What? You know, he's playing these kind of mind games. I am finally seeing my worth, yet I am still unworthy of your love. Yeah, this is what comes in after you have been the one to level him up, okay? Now he was feeling a little better about himself, but now he don't even feel that, okay? Again, this man may try to throw out an offering or something on one of these voicemails. How do you do that on a voicemail in a text message? He might try, okay? He might try. He might try. He might try, okay? Because you have really cracked this man's world open. And the reason I say that is because he was just so focused on the belief that this was his lick. Like, he had hit it. I'm in there. I got it. He was so sure of that he's just blown right now. Like, he has no plans for the future because he really didn't have no plan for the future. You were kind of his plan for the future. So he's in a bad way right now. Like, he's just sitting around getting drunk. Like, we see the magician just sitting down here getting drunk. We see the temperance angel just sitting down in the water, like not even trying to balance nothing out. He don't have nothing else planned, girl. Look at this. This just the sun right here. This just standing around in the sun doing nothing. Okay. You know, maybe he will eventually try to kind of piece things back together by going and being controlling with someone else. But this alcoholism problem, because we see the King of Wands here falling asleep, okay? this alcoholism problem is going to be a major part of his future, and it's going to do volumes to expose, okay? Judgment card coming through the building. Y'all know the church bells rings then, okay? This alcohol problem is going to work volumes at exposing the truth of who he is, okay? That's where a lot of it is going to come from. That's really what's going to tell the truth, okay? It's even going to affect his finances because a lot of his money is going to go to this drinking. I feel unbalanced and uneasy. I don't know what to do to fix it. Yeah, this alcoholism, we got to go ahead and call it what it is. Alcoholism is going to set in for him, okay? I have lost all of control of my life and I keep messing up. This man is on his way down. This situation has come very difficult for me to manage mentally. It is draining me, okay? So we're seeing him kind of descending into alcoholism, and you know, that's unfortunate. It's always unfortunate. You know, hopefully, you know, this man's gonna have to find a key to dealing with his own life, okay? Hopefully, you know, he will find the keys to dealing with his own life, but this is not your problem, because what we have to keep at the forefront here is that his intentions towards you were rotten, okay? He was looking for, he saw that empath energy in you, and he was looking for a coattail to ride, to basically, socially, okay? Basically, he's a social climber. That's really what we've seen here. He was social climbing. He was going to use you to climb to the next phase of his raggedy ass existence. And, you know, you weren't the one for it. You X'd him out. You moved on. You left him behind. And now he is there without a life plan, and we'll have to go ahead and, well, he doesn't have to do anything. But from what we're seeing here, you know, he makes some bad decisions moving forward about the friends that he chooses for himself. And he also allows this, you know, hopelessness and depression and low self-esteem and propensity for violence to just lead him into kind of alcoholism and, you know, looks like misery and despair. I mean, you know, it's unfortunate. If you have enjoyed this Divine Feminine Tarot tea, please go ahead, like, share, subscribe, okay? Hit the bell if you want to be here every time. Me and the T team are here in these tarot streets, getting it in, making moves, making things happen, okay? And what do I always say? Huh? As always, I will catch y'all in the next one.